Sports stories from the 419 in Northwest Ohio, brought to you by a voice you know. It's time to go around the area and around the Hearn.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Around the Hearn. Full disclosure, I had every intention this week of producing this big, grandiose podcast that would feature a preview of everything going on in the state. But Mother Nature dealt me a curveball. I had gotten home earlier this afternoon as I taped this Wednesday night into Thursday and found we have no power in Findlay because of a storm, and somebody might have hit a transformer. So that's unfortunate. So I have a handful of interviews from the nice folks at Lincolnview, and you'll hear from head coach Eric Schwab ahead of his team's first run in his first season to the state Final Four coming up this weekend. Also, Andi Webb, Kendall Bollenbacher, Makayla Jackman, and Taylor Post were nice enough to sit and talk with me in the press box at the softball field for a couple of minutes. And you'll hear about that, and I planned on talking a little bit about high school baseball as well, as I'm excited to be able to cover Lipsick and Lincolnview, 5 o'clock on Thursday afternoon on WZOQ Radio. Cheap plug. But all of that kind of gone by the wayside because not having power and sort of having to mishmash this one together is a little bit harder. But I do want to wish all the athletes this weekend in the track and field world heading to state down in Columbus and the softball girls up in Akron. Lincolnview girls will play on Friday at 12:30 against Hillsdale in the state semis, and then against Bradford or Strasburg Franklin when they win on Saturday at 4. Bradford, of course, the team that they battled with last year. But all the luck in the world to them, as well as all of the baseball teams playing this weekend. I'm excited about a big week. We'll have a kind of a spring wrap-up show next week. Get some folks on, talk about Legion baseball, about track and field, about tennis, and about everything going on in the world of high school sports. Coming up, you'll hear from Makayla Jackman, Kendall Bollenbacher, Andi Webb, Eric Schwab, and Taylor Post here on Around the Hearn, the Lincolnview Softball Edition.
Tag Van Wert on 118 is under new ownership. Tag now provides unique ladies' boutique clothing, along with a great men's selection of casual dress clothes and suits. If you need a suit for your big day, or a tux rental for that special occasion, call Shada Mosier and her staff at 419-232-8247 and book an appointment today. Tag Van Wert is also the largest Hey Dude supplier in and around the Van Wert area, with more than 20 different styles in stock. Hours of operation are Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Stop in soon at 10276OH118 in Van Wert to check out this great new selection. Talking about going to the state semifinals, it's Makayla Jackman now, and first of all, congratulations to you guys for the season so far.
Thank you.
It is, it's obviously kind of a long thing where it's a continuation for you guys, though, because you go from volleyball with basketball now into softball. Does any of that kind of play any success in softball that you're around the same girls and you're able to just continue going through with them?
Yeah, I think the team chemistry is kind of always there. Like, I've played with all of these girls since we were younger. So I think, like, playing basketball together and then just going straight into softball, we still have that chemistry and we're all good friends on and off the field, on and off the court. So I think it does play a good part.
Well, even down to the point where, as we tape this, we're sitting in the softball press box at Lincolnview, and the rest of the girls who are going to be interviewed are all standing outside peeping into the window.
Yeah, Addison's right there.
I can feel them over my shoulder as we're doing this.
Oh, yeah.
But it's obviously got to be a lot of fun because, you know, your time at Lincolnview is winding down. We've hit June now, as crazy as that is. I mean, you've got just apparently an insane coach outside.
Yeah.
But you've got that little bit of time left with these girls. You guys are making the most of it.
Oh, yeah. We have so much fun on the field. Like, Coach Schwab's out here making faces at me. I think we all just have so much fun. We all love being here, and I think that's part of it. Like, we all want to be here, and I think that plays a part in our success.
I've seen the play on video, but I want to ask you, the play in the second inning in right field in the last round, did you think you had a shot at it off the bat?
I mean, see, when I dive, like, I don't even think about it. Like, everybody's like, do you know you're going to dive? And I'm like, nope. I just do it.
Because I watched it back a couple of times, and I kind of looked at it and I thought, What's the point in the progression? I wonder if I can figure it out to where she just says, yeah, you know what, I'm going to go for it.
Well, actually, my first step was back, and I think that's why I ended up having to dive. Like, they always teach you first step back, but yeah, I took a big step back, and I was like, oh, shoot, I got to run up and get that. And then I just dove and caught it. And
well, which is the harder thing, because a lot of coaches will tell you your first step should be back so
right.
you can gain yourself. Well, I did what you wanted.
I just had to put a little bit extra effort into it, make it look cool.
Right. That's always the thing. Can we
yeah.
win and I look cool?
Yeah.
You're leading the team in walks this year. My question has always been with kind of the spot that you portray in the lineup. How are you able to stay so patient?
I think it's just being patient. I mean, you're looking for your pitch up there, and to me, looking for my pitch. I'm not trying to do too much, trying to see as many pitches as I can. So when I get back in the dugout, I know what to tell my team, and I know what to tell them to look for, and just being patient.
Is it a little harder now, though, because you guys are out of conference, you're out of the teams you play on the norm for, I would say 3 years, that you might not know the scouting of, say, a Crestview pitcher the way you will know a Hillsdale girl?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, you're not playing the same teams that you've played against since you were little. But I think that's cool, too, not to play the same teams. Like, it's cool to play, like, Mohawk. Never heard of them. So I think that's pretty interesting. Hilltop, know where they are, but we don't play them. And now Hillsdale, I don't even know where that's at. So it's pretty
Very
cool.
far away.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mohawk, it was another one where that's another big play. Addison gets that big hit, hits the ball towards the outfield. And did you have to think, run to yourself?
Oh, yeah.
How fast can I actually run?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever ran that fast in my life. I just knew I had the score, and I was running as fast as I can.
And it's such an interesting play, too, because off the bat, it seemed like you pretty much knew, okay, I know exactly where this ball is going to drop. Is that from playing with her all these years or just kind of a softball intuitive thing?
I think it's just also knowing Addie and then the softball IQ. Like, I know Addison hits the ball hard, so I know that ball's getting into the outfield, so I need to go. But I also knew it was up the middle and that I had a little bit of time. It's not like it was, like, right at her. But I knew the ball was hit hard, and I knew it was up the middle, so I had to go because I was the winning run.
I'll be honest, I didn't know until after I spent some time doing some research, but you're going to go play in college at St. Mary's of the Woods College in Indiana.
Yep.
How did you land on that?
So on a recruiting app called Field Level, I saw Coach Walker was actually viewing my profile. My mom was like, hey, you should probably reach out. So I was like, okay. So I reached out. He messaged me back and said, come visit. So I went on a visit, loved the campus, loved everything about it, and they have a successful program down there. This was actually their first year in NAIA, and they made it to the NAIA tournament, won their conference.
Yeah, I can't get all that right either. Every time I try to say NAIA, it just comes out wrong.
Yeah. So just being a successful program, and Coach Walker is a great coach, and it just seemed like the right fit for me.
And you're what, within 2 hours from home?
3.
3?
Yeah.
I knew it was out there somewhere, in the woods, somewhere in Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
I just assume everything from Northwest Ohio and Indiana is like 2 hours. What are you most looking forward to this weekend going to Akron?
Winning. That's always the goal.
Well, that's good.
But I think besides softball, just having fun with the team, it's all of our first times going to state in any sport. So I think just having fun, winning games, and enjoying the time.
You get a Hillsdale program that once upon a time was you guys. They've got 7 state titles now. But the last couple of years, the way you've been building this program, when all the little girls come around, all the elementary girls and even the junior high girls, what do you say to them?
I just tell them to keep playing, like keep having fun. It's what it's all about. Like, don't put too much pressure on yourself. I think that's like a big thing nowadays. Kids feel a lot of pressure, and like just have fun. You're young, like just enjoy the game.
I know that you guys got the fire trucks in Delphus on the way back, and I was thinking as I was driving here today, that doesn't seem that far away, but I mean that's such a cool experience. But that's a long trip from where that Arby's is all the way back into Middle Point.
Yeah, that was kind of a long time. I was surprised they were doing it in Delphus, but it was so cool. That was my first time ever with the fire trucks, and that's going to be like in my head forever. And going through Middle Point with the boys, like that's what community is all about, and Lancer fans are special.
And spoiled right now.
Yes.
Just a little bit. Well, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
That's Makayla Jackman. We'll talk with more of this squad when we come back here in just a few. Since 1988, Klosterman Pizza Company at 1017 East Main Street in Van Wert has proudly served the Van Wert area. From pizza to subs to salads, breadsticks and wings, and even some cookies. Klosterman Pizza has your hunger cured.
Order online at ClostermanPizza.com or call in your order today at 419-238-9966. Be sure to get your order in on the way home from rooting on the Lancers and get that signature sauce and high-quality mozzarella provolone cheese blend that makes Klosterman Pizza taste so good in your belly today. Open Monday through Thursday 4 to 9, Friday 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturdays 4 to 10, Sunday 4 to 9. That's Klosterman Pizza at 1017 East Main Street in Van Wert. 419-238-9966. Talking now as we continue with the Lincolnview softball program with Andi Webb. And what have you learned about either yourself or your team on this run?
I've learned a lot. Like, teamwork obviously goes a long way. And at the beginning of the season, I did not think we would be where we are today. But just teamwork and taking care of the ball. And me personally, I learned that, like, leadership goes a long way with a great team.
How was this run last couple of years? I asked Makayla about this, sort of helped you explain to younger girls of, hey, this isn't just the present, this is what we can be in the future.
It's helped a lot, like, last year we went far, and then the year before that with COVID, and just coming back and proving to, like, the younger girls and showing, hey, anything can happen in just the right amount of time, and then just go from there.
If you went back and told 3 years ago the COVID you, about, hey, this sucks, this is not good, but you're going to go very, very far the next 2 years, what's she going to say? She's just going to kind of look at you.
Yeah, I did not think any of this was going to happen. Like, I was just nervous, like, running into Bradford last year and then not seeing them to, like, the state championship this year. It's just kind of crazy, and then that just kind of goes back to, like, trust the process and go from there.
What's it been like to look around? I know that with the boys that the crowds have been split with having to make a choice about which way to go, but what's it been like to look around and go, it's half my town here?
It's awesome. Like, just to go out there and see everybody's here supporting you every step of the way, and it's like a whole different atmosphere when you're playing on the field with everyone there.
What's obviously kind of different, you go through a couple of coaches in your high school career with Eric this year. What did he tell you guys that's a little bit different, maybe, that I don't want to say got you over the hump, but you're able to get to this point?
He's really big on, taking care of the ball, like catch two hands, throw, and then just throw it right to their chest. And I think cleaning up all of our errors and our hitting especially, I think just from him teaching us all that kind of stuff.
Well, the one thing I noticed watching a little bit of your guys' practice is he's very perfectionist of, if you don't necessarily handle the ball clean on throw-over drills, or it takes a funny bounce or something, you not get to do it again, but you have to do it again.
Yeah, it seems silly like that. He wants everything to be perfect, but in the end, it's all worth it, because there could be that time in a game where you need the perfect throw, or you need, like, to get the perfect top off the bounce, and it's just all worth it.
You're obviously going to go on and play in college, Shawnee State. What made you choose Portsmouth?
I've always wanted to get away a little bit, just to, like, outgrow, like, myself and just get out there more and meet new people, and I just thought it would be a good fit for me.
Who was more sad that you were going to be 2.5 hours away, mom or dad?
Probably my dad.
I figured. It's usually, I have a little girl now, and I'm already thinking forward of, she's one day just going to go and just be like, Daddy, deal with it. This is, it seems like a very fun team. Is there a game you look at now as you guys get ready for state that just sort of sticks out to you and go, if I could play a game over this year, I'd do that one?
Oh, yeah. Like, the game I'd play over this year would have to be our Crestview game, the NWC game.
I figured that because I was here that day when that game was going on, and it's such a neat thing for people who have never been to Middle Point, is that the two fields almost overlap and almost touch each other, and there was noise as far as you could go that entire day, and it's such a neat thing of literally everybody was here.
Yeah, we have a great community, and I'm very thankful for it. The amount of time and passion they put into our program, it's just unbelievable.
What are you looking forward to for this weekend?
I'm looking forward to a lot of fun, a lot of team bonding, winning for sure.
That's twice. Makayla said winning too. That was her first one.
Yeah, and it's just all around going to be a great weekend.
Well, I wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you.
Back with more here in just a few.
Spring has sprung, Eric McCracken.
You bet it has. That's why we're doing some spring cleaning around here at Lee Kinsel's.
What kind of spring cleaning, Eric?
Oh, you know, making sure the lot is tidy and, of course, full of new and pre-owned vehicles like Chevys, Buicks, and GMCs.
Yeah, but don't you do that all year round?
We try to, but it's been hard to get Danny the Dealmaker to stay outside in those sub-freezing temperatures.
I get that. So I suppose it's also easier for the customers to look around on the lot when there's not sub-freezing temperatures.
You got that right. Here at Lee Kinsel's, we want you to take your time when you're out looking for the vehicle of your dreams.
Hey, where is Danny the Dealmaker right now anyway?
He's back in the back, putting his shirt on. He got so excited about spring he wore a tank top to work. And now nobody wants to see that.
Whoa, you got that right. Lee Kinsel, GM Sales and Service in Van Wert. Call 866-LEE-KINSEL. Shop online at leekinsel.com or stop in at 650 West Irvin Road. They'll leave their shirts on for you.
Continuing on, talking it to the softball squad heading into the state semifinals this weekend in Kendall Bollenbacher. You've got quite a bit of success in the past year. How much have you been able to just kind of build on one season into the next?
I think you can, yes, build like individually, but I think it also helps like success from the past seasons. I think that carries over just in like work ethic and just intensity and all of that.
You get obviously first team basketball, first team softball, all Ohio. When your mom starts planning your graduation party, does she complain she doesn't have enough room for all of your accolades?
That actually did happen, yes. She didn't even bring everything, and there was still not a lot of room.
Somebody just kind of looked at it and said, wait, I thought there was another thing. That's a good thing to have. But, you know, it's a cool thing because obviously it shows. I've heard a lot from your coaches. I talked to them different times about your work ethic stands out with the younger girls. Is that something you kind of have taken pride in just for you, or you've taken to, I want them to see what I do because I want it to be an example for them and then just keep going?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that I want to keep going. You know, making your team better is also making yourself better. So if you make those around you better, then there's overall success is going to increase.
You've been obviously part of the program enough, being 4 years in each one of the programs, where you've sort of seen it flip in terms of you guys would get to the mountain, and then you've sort of pushed your way up the mountain. I mean, what's been the change from your freshman year when you came in after your 8th grade year to just kind of how things are now overall with the athletic programs?
I think it's just really encouraging to see those things happen. And I think that, like, once you see it happen, you want to, like, put in more effort and more time to make that, like, continue to happen.
You're going to go on and play volleyball in
Yes.
Michigan at Spring Arbor. What drew you about going to Michigan up there?
The school is just amazing. The people, the team, the coaches. It was just right away. I knew that it would be a great fit.
What are you going to study? Do you know?
Health and exercise science.
Oh, okay. I forgot to ask the other girls what they were studying, but it's so important too because I know with AAU and with travel and everything over the years, you've obviously had probably different opportunities to look at different colleges. Mm-hmm. And it's so important, as I know a lot of kids have figured out, the best school, so to speak, isn't necessarily the right school. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure that was something that you thought about as you decided to play, first of all, which sport, and then where to go.
Yep. I think this school, I want to go into physical therapy. It doesn't have that exact major, but it has an amazing program that leads into that. And that really is one of the main things that drew me there. Not like, I looked first for the school and the programs and then found, like, out of those schools which would fit best for mine.
And it was far enough away from mom and dad.
I said I wanted to go within 2 hours, and it's basically 2 hours on the dot.
Well, that's plus. With kind of going back to what I was asking earlier about legacy, you broke 7 school volleyball records this year. When you are able to come back and look at it years from now and somebody's getting close, I mean, you're able to look up that wall and go, okay, that's pretty cool, but look at everything that came after that. I would think would be the biggest thing.
Yeah, I mean, I hope someone will break it. I want someone to do amazing, just exceed in whatever that they do.
Well, which is funny because I know a lot of kids who have set records, who have said over the years, I don't want anybody to break it because I want to come back here and show my kid. But I guess that kind of leads to the overall, if they broke it, the program must be doing pretty well.
Yep, yeah. I want the program. I want what's best for the program.
This weekend, big thing, big stage down there. When you look at Fields, you guys are obviously going up there for the first time. They've already played there this year. They won the district up there. I mean, Is it enough of a home field in softball where it matters, or is it just, okay, after an inning or so, we're good?
I feel like after an inning or so, you just settle in and you know what you have to do. You know, the crowd can sometimes affect it. I know this is a bigger stadium, but I feel like once we get settled in, then it will just take off from there.
Are you already picturing the first time you guys walk into the field, or have you been there before?
We have not been there, no. I've just seen pictures.
I've heard it's the first time you walk in, you just get goosebumps.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you guys the best of luck coming up this weekend, and I can't wait to see a big gold trophy back in Middle Point.
Thank you.
Are you looking for something fun to do this summer? Take the short drive to Huggy Bear Campground on Ringwald Road in Middle Point and see what all your friends will be raving about. Whether you're looking for cabin rentals or just a fun place to set up a tent, Huggy Bear Campground is where the fun never ends. Check them out online at huggybearcampground.com and book your visit today. Good luck, Lancers.
Wrapping up ahead of the state championships this weekend in softball, talking to Taylor Post, who it seems like you must be a big woman on campus because you got the closest parking spot.
Yeah, I did today.
I noticed that when I was walking up, and I thought, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you just beat everybody, or everybody respects you that much?
I just pulled up right where I wanted today.
What's it like? I wanted to ask you specifically about your relationship, pitching and catching, with having a freshman behind the plate, and kind of from the beginning of knowing that she can get the job done and she's going to take care of you.
Yeah, I feel like we communicate well with each other, and I trust her a lot back there, and I think she does a good job.
She's had obviously a handful of times I've seen where she's been a pretty good thief, where she's been able to frame pitches that you may not have necessarily gotten completely in the zone. Did you at least buy her a milkshake afterwards, say thank you?
I do. I appreciate that a lot. She does a good job of framing it and sticking it.
Regional finals, complete game, 6 strikeouts. When you kind of get to that point, 6 of the last 7 you set down over the final 2 innings, are you in a groove going into that inning, or is it just one of those things where pitch by pitch things seem to be working?
I think both. The batters had been through 1 or 2 times by then, so we knew how to pitch to them a little bit better, I think. And
does that make it a little harder on you, though? Because, I mean, yes, you've seen, what they'll go after, which quadrant they'll go after, but they also know, okay, her 2 pitches got this or whatever.
I mean, yeah, it can work for me or against me, I think. It just really depends.
I wanted to ask you, too, about the Hilltop game. They get those 2 runs in the 4th. It's a big moment, obviously, in the game. You guys come back after that. But is there a point where kind of after the second one you walk back out towards kind of looking at center field and kind of, okay, I need to take a deep breath or just kind of calm myself down?
Yeah, the nerves were high for sure because I knew we couldn't let them score anymore, because once you score in games like that, you're not going to score a ton of runs. So we needed to hold them where they were at.
Did it feel like a home game? Because I heard some stuff, some audio from it, and it just seemed like no matter what you guys did, it felt like the game was in Middle Point.
Mm-hmm. Our fans travel wherever we go, and we have a really supportive community, and I like that a lot.
Especially, I mean, there's not many. I don't think there's any other school right now that has the boys and the girls playing this deep. For them, I mean, how's the support for the boys?
I think it's great. After our game, a lot of the fans went over to Coldwater to watch the boys play.
They did, because night. There was I remember looking out and just seeing, well, that's right, you guys are done. What's that like, though? I mean, you don't necessarily get your own spotlight, sort of say, but it's such a big spotlight that you guys are able to share that with the boys.
I think it's great that we can both keep going and both keep winning. Our community keeps following us and supporting us. I think it's great.
What are you looking forward to for this weekend?
I think everything. I think the time with the team's going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to playing, and I hope we can keep going.
Well, I wish you good luck this weekend.
All right, thank you.
Back with more, we'll talk to the head coach, Eric Schwab, in just a few.
For over 50 years, P&L Fertilizer has been in the business of manufacturing high-quality, 100% orthophosphate fertilizer to help farms and gardeners from all over the country get the most of their soil. The knowledgeable staff at P&L is committed to assisting customers in finding solutions to any problems they might have with their soil and can do so much more. Contact P&L Fertilizer today to see how their products can benefit your ag, commercial, industrial, or residential application. Online at plfertilizer.com at 18963 Lincoln Highway in Middle Point, or by phone at 419-968-2230. Let's go Lancers! Breeze Farms LLC is located at 1307 Production Drive in Van Wert. It specializes in hauling grain, feed, and hay, as well as dry bulk commodities and general freight, and gets it where you need it to go. Breeze Farms LLC is a leader in the transportation and agricultural services of today, and it's just a phone call away at 419-203-1376. Breeze Farms LLC would like to wish good luck to the Lancers on their way to state.
Talking now to the man himself in the head coach in Eric Schwab of the Lincolnview Lady Lancers. And, Coach, first of all, congratulations on the season so far.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's exciting for the girls and community, and we're ready to go.
You've had kind of an interesting tournament run. I mean, you start off, beat Parkway by a run. You guys bludgeoned to Bremen, Fort Recovery by 5. Mohawks another close game. Hilltops a close game. I mean, that's got to be about as much of a swing of emotions for a first-year coach as anything.
Yeah, and during that tournament run, I would say the game that worried me the most was that first one versus Parkway. That first game we played them during the season, it came down to the last inning, just like the tournament game, and they just gave us fits. And they came at us in the tournament, and it came down to 8 innings.
The Hilltop game, I can't say enough good things, and I've read what you've said about Grace. I mean, as a freshman, 3 for 3, 3 RBI, and I just asked about how she handles the pitching staff. But, I mean, did you know at the beginning of the year when you kind of were going to insert her into that position that she would not only be able enough to handle it but thrive in that spot?
Being my first season, not knowing all the girls completely, obviously there's a process that goes into, figuring out your lineup and that sort of thing. So when Grace got her shot behind the plate and, she earned her everyday spot.
I figured it was one of those things where there's just sometimes, especially in softball, when you put a girl back there, it just clicks.
Yeah. And Grace is very mature for a freshman. She handles the pitching staff, very well, like she's been doing it the last few years with them. And, she stepped up to the plate huge versus Hilltop, 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. So, can't say enough about her.
I asked the girls a little bit. They said they were happy to do these interviews to get out of hitting.
Yeah. Hey, at least I took them to the community center to get out of the heat a little bit. So,
It's been a weird day because my way here it just absolutely poured. So I don't know what it's been here.
Nope, it's just been a little breezy. The rain showers has stayed away, so we've been lucky on that regard.
I asked the girls too about. I was watching a little bit of your practice before we started this, and you have always make your last shot syndrome in a way, in that the last ball that you hit to each girl, I would see maybe they didn't come up clean or the throw wasn't completely the way you would have liked, that they get another one. Is that kind of more for you that you want that to be repetitive to them, or more for them if they get it and go, all right, I need to be good on every single ball?
And we preach, errors are going to happen, during the course of the season and the game, and that's just the way it is. That's how ball is played, and, you're going to get a next shot, so here it is.
With the way the program has been building, I know obviously this being your first year, but for the girls, did you get any kind of sense? I mean, I know that the Bradford loss last year stung for quite a while in the regionals, that they maybe had that little chip or that extra motivation of this year of, we've gone up this hill. We keep pushing our way up the hill. We're going to get there.
Right. And these girls came in open gyms around Thanksgiving, 2-3 times a week, and they've been putting in the time and effort ever since that first open gym, and now we're extending the season by 4 weeks, and they are loving it and enjoying it.
Unfortunately for you, though, that means more Eric Fishpaw in your life.
Yeah, we were over there chatting about their game tomorrow, so good luck to the boys tomorrow. So
it is such a neat thing. I asked a couple of the girls about community support, and of a small town having to pick and choose because of the way that the games draw out, and still be able to make either game seem like a home game. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, and Saturday, after we won the regional game, the fire trucks brought us back into town, and then
That's a long ride from Delphus, though.
well, yeah, that's what they decided. And then the boys played in Coldwater, so the girls got done with all that, and then I got a message. I don't know, 7, 8 o'clock that said the boys are going to pick up the girls at the high school, and so you had the baseball team, the softball team on the bus. We went back through Middle Point. The streets were lined with people. We stopped in the middle of the street. The kids got off the bus right there. The community surrounded us. It was just toilet paper everywhere. It was just a really neat moment and really exciting for the kids to be able to experience that.
I saw there were no limit of people lining up to toilet paper fish.
Nope. He got
buried.
it pretty good. He got it pretty good.
It's a cool thing, though. This weekend, you get a Hillsdale program that they've been the standard for the most part. It hasn't been 3 years that they've been to the finals, but 2019, their 7th title. I mean, you realize, obviously, as a coach, you're not playing against those 7 teams. You're playing against the current team. But is there any kind of, do you ever look at mystique of, or it's just, we don't care?
And that probably goes into their confidence level, their program. We've been there before. We've won a state title. We're in the regionals every year, whatnot. So I'm sure that goes, into their confidence level, that they're pretty confident going into the game. But, our girls were in the regional tournament last year and now making this big run. And they are just having tons of fun. And, the thing we've talked about this year is no what ifs. Play every ball as if it's your last. Go 110% into every game, every moment, and they've really embraced that.
When you look at their lineup, they have a girl with 8 home runs. They have a girl with 6 home runs. The top of their lineup has scored over 120 runs. How do you prepare differently, or is that kind of all right, we might throw 1 or 2 different pitches, but it's about us?
We'll have a scouting report ready, just like we did the 2 games in regionals, and we'll express that to the girls and we'll follow it. And it's really nice to have 3 pitchers with Taylor, Sydney, and KB. If we need to get in different situations, if we need to throw somebody else, we will. And our defense has been pretty solid, where we can just throw those girls in, and then we can manipulate that left side if we need to, so we don't lose a bunch on the defensive side, and so we'll be ready to go.
With being obviously a baseball guy, you played baseball, coached for a long time, and now this kind of the flip of the script. Did you have to approach anything differently, other than obviously boys and girls and sometimes temperament? And I mean that for the better, because I know how those kids at Jennings were that you had.
Yeah. It's just a different game. It's tighter bases, shorter distance, but a lot of it's the same. The coaching philosophy goes in, the little things, take care of the softball, making the throws, don't make the extra throws where they're going to score a run. And the girls have done just that this year. They've embraced that philosophy this year. So
I asked each one of the girls this question, but when you get up there, what are you most looking forward to this weekend?
I think we're going to have a really, really good crowd. The community support has just been outstanding. It's hard to think that here we are, at the beginning of the season, and the support from the fans has been great. And the girls I'm really excited for the girls to go enjoy the trip and do some fun things as a team, and go work hard and practice tomorrow on the road and have some dinner and go hang out at the ballpark. And, it's just a great time for them.
Have you been to the park before?
I have not, no.
I was wondering, because I know that there's a big thing with basketball when boys or girls would walk in to say the Schottenstein Center for the first time. They would sort of look around and you'd notice the things that maybe aren't like home, where you don't have the 3 trees in left center or whatever, and sometimes get fixated on it. But I guess my thought is how hard it is to just kind of, all right, this is where we are, I need to focus out on this.
Right. And that's one of the reasons we'll go to the 3:00 game tomorrow afternoon. We'll hang out watch I think it's a D1 game. Go hang out for 2 hours and check the stadium out, see what it has to offer. Look at different types of things that the players do, and that type of thing and get them acquainted with it a little bit.
Well, I wish you guys the best of luck this weekend, bringing home a big gold trophy.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome, and I appreciate the support. So
that's Eric Schwab, the head coach of the Lincolnview Lancers, back with more here in just a few. Van Wert Carts on North Washington Street in Van Wert and West Monroe Street in Decatur, Indiana, is your home for new or pre-owned golf carts. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or rent, or if you're just looking to have your cart serviced, Van Wert Carts is your place to go. Be sure to stop by Northwest Ohio's one-stop shop for golf cart and recreational vehicles in Van Wert or in Decatur, as well as their website located at vanwertcarts.com. Van Wert Carts wishes the Lancers the best of luck on the tournament trail. Check out the new Lincolnview Athletic website at lincolnviewaathletics.org. Athletic booster meetings are held the second Monday of every month at 7 o'clock in the high school Newbrick Lecture Hall. The goal of boosters is to enhance our student athletes and coaches' lives by providing funding and programs that create community pride by developing leadership skills, teamwork, values, and sportsmanship. That's the Lincolnview Athletic Boosters. Find them online at lincolnviewaathletics.com and go Lancers.
And again, a big thank you to Andi Webb, Eric Schwab, Kendall Bollenbacher, Makayla Jackman, and Taylor Post for being a part of this show and giving me some time before they head out for the biggest game of their respective careers. Nothing but good vibes for them as they head out to watch a game on a Thursday and then start their game on Friday. Don't forget high school baseball everywhere. Get out and support. Hopefully the weather's nicer than it has been the last couple of days. Legion baseball getting started on Z Sports Live as well, and kind of a personal thing. This will air Thursday and Friday, and then again on Sunday. You're hearing it if you're listening to WZOQ radio. That you know how everything kind of played out, but check out Twitter. A lot of great things that were going on during the world of the spring, and a lot of great reporters and talent in Northwest Ohio. Thanks so much to the kids. I'm always sad this time of year that the seniors are gone and played in their last game, whether it was a win or a loss. But I'm just so proud to be able to cover high school athletics here in Northwest Ohio. If you have somebody you think would be a great addition to this show, please let me know. Drop me a line on Twitter at Michael Hearn PvP. Also on the email. Apparently people still use that. michaelhearn.com as well. And have a great night and even better tomorrow. We'll talk to you down the road.
We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Around the Hearn. Come back next week for more local stories from the NWO. But until then, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Michael Hearn PvP for more great area content.